Hey guys, Candlessss here. I'm just going to bring you guys a little bit of news here for Epic Games, what they have coming in here for Fortnite. State of Development version 2. This came out on the 12th of October 2017. They're saying, thanks for all the support. Crazy 2 weeks since we launched the 26th. They're talking about Battle Royale here. We picked up Steam on the development side and have strike teams working on the below features and improvements. So they got a lot, so go ahead and stick with us here. Alright, communication and voice chat, so that means you're not going to need disc when you're playing or anything like that, or Skype or whatever you're using. You can go ahead and do it in-game, so that's going to be pretty nice. Hopefully they don't have too many bugs to go. Squad and duo polish a little bit. Ongoing shooting bounces and tweaks. I'm hoping that what they're talking about there is when they talk about the gloom that you might hear some people talk about. So imagine your crosshairs and you have them dead center, like right here on somebody. If they don't hit dead on at least the first time, that's the gloom. That's the kind of RNG, the random number generator of where it's going to go. Just pew, 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 pew. And hopefully they tighten that down a little bit. I know it's a cartoon, it's not supposed to be like real serious, but there's a lot of people that take this game seriously. So it'd be pretty nice to get that. Map point of interest and loot density improvements. So that means that the map, when you bring it up, hopefully the HUD as well map, they're going to be a little bit more crisp, so that way you know exactly what you're looking at. You don't look forward on the mini map and you go, that's that hill that I'm looking at, and then it ends up being the hill behind that one. That's kind of annoying. Spectating improvements, which I'm hoping that they're going to allow you to switch between one teammate to the other, or even after you die be able to spectate. That'd be pretty nice. So if you're in solos, you get to spectate and you get to switch between players. That'd be kind of cool. Inventory improvements and quality of life bugs. So inventory improvements, I know that I've had a couple problems switching things around from like my primary to secondary, tertiary, and all that, going through there. Quality of life bugs, I mean, those are just going to come in with any kind of improvement anywhere. So the controller, alternate configurations, which is nice because right now there's no alternate configurations. There's just the building configuration and the shooting configuration. So maybe if they're going to let us remap the controller, that'd be pretty nice. Be able to take what's on the triangle, put it on the circle, and I don't know, whatever you want to do. R3 is the shoot. I don't know what kind of crazy stuff you want to do. Controller revamp, maybe they're going to change the way that the controller works by itself. Latency improvements on console, that's always a big issue on any game. Aim assist improvements. I really hope that they don't impose aim assist on everyone, because aim assist is for a very specific crowd. There's two people that are in that crowd. There's the younger generation that's still learning, and that's great. And then there's the people that just haven't moved out of that younger mind mentality, and they still like the little bit of an assist. But for most people, if I'm aiming straight at you and then you start to run, it's going to kind of drag my cursor around my crosshairs, and I don't really feel like it. Most people aren't going to like that. So I hope that they don't impose it on it. Just making a check in the settings for on or off. I hope they don't do that. So UI, 10-foot console experience of HUD, so maybe they're going to make a larger experience, that way you can go in between a larger and a smaller HUD. Invite system polish, which is great because I know that I've had a lot of problems here and there with, I got a buddy sitting right next to me, even in the same room, and I'm like, hey, like, squat up and everything. They squat up with me and it'll either not show up on his that I'm in his team or not show up on mine. Sometimes when we go in, like, we wouldn't be on the same team. It was just, there was some issues. Nothing, it didn't happen a whole lot, but that's good. MOTD system improvements, QOL features for streamers and content creators, hiding HUD elements, etc. So that's going to be, they're talking about there is, so when you're playing, you have the mini map in the one corner, you have your building and everything, and all your weapons down on the bottom on the side. You have like all your stats for kills and everything in a certain spot. Maybe for these features is going to allow you to move them around for the people that are streaming. Just for those guys, maybe be able to take the HUD out completely, so that way they can put up their own thing, put up their own little mini cameras of what they're wanting to look at. It's kind of nice to allow them to cosmetically tweak everything that they want to, so it's perfect. Progression, they're going to put stats are already in there. Leaderboards, that'd be nice to come in. Still not quite in there yet. I just got off and I didn't see anything. This is on the 13th of October, so by the time you're watching this, it might be in there. Cosmetics and loadout, I'm wondering what they're talking about with the loadout. Maybe they're going to let you pick out your person with the cosmetics and loadout, or maybe be able to customize your own person. That'd be kind of interesting. A little bit of progression, not for sure what direction they're heading with that, pretty generic. Compendum and mission logs. That's kind of cool. Get to do mission, maybe earn some coins and get to buy like a skin for a certain weapon. That'd be kind of interesting. For the engine, they're going with an anti-cheat. I'll get into that here in a second. Console performance, stability, memory, server performance, and hitch optimizations, reduction of initial download size and ongoing patch sizes. So that way, when you download things, you can do like what Blizzard does. I know Steam does this quite a bit, or no, not Steam. Blizzard. Some of the other big names, I'm not coming to mind right now, but they'll have a certain point where it ticks and they'll say playable, and then it'll be full, and then it's like optimal, and then it's all the way. So you can play it at the playable, but you're not gonna have all the features. Then in that little space in between playable and optimal, it's gonna be like, as soon as you hit the optimal, you're gonna have almost all your features, and then the very final one is just the small tweaks, making things a little bit crisper, the hue of the colors just a little bit better, things like that. So they're gonna make them a little bit smaller so that way you can get back to playing real quick. Level streaming to allow variation of cosmetics. I think that's going to go in the same thing with the hood that I was going into, so I'm not going to dive into that one again. Low-end PC compatibility support and improvements. Now this thing I like. So a lot of you guys out there are still running maybe a Windows 7 and a core or i5 core. I don't know. You got like an 860 or something, just something that's not quite up to date. I'm running on a 960 i7, and even I feel like I'm way behind the times, and I really am. So with this is going to make my PC, it's going to make your PC, it's going to make everyone's PC run a little bit better when you're running with Fortnite. So that way, and if it helps out the little guy, it's going to help out the big guy. It's almost a trickle-up effect, the opposite of how the real world works. Online, spinning up more data centers to reduce average ping times and public test realm. So the average ping times have already been reduced. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you're setting in, or you queue up as soon as you got the players, or you find the server, you get into the server. As soon as they hit that 100 max and they fill up the entire thing, they immediately start the bus. You can hear it in your headset. It goes down to 10 seconds. It honks its horn, and you got 10 seconds from the horn honk before the game actually starts, and then you're up in the air and you're on the party bus and you're flying into the realm. So where you're going into it, a little public test realm. It's mostly going to be for the YouTubers, the streamers, the guys who have been around for a little while, know exactly what they're talking about. They're going to be able to test it out, give some feedback. But it's also for me and you. We're also going to get in there and we're going to be able to play a little bit. We're going to give them feedback. Epic Games is really great about hearing feedback and what they want. So I think that they're in touch with the YouTube community enough and the Twitch community enough, and they have plenty of sponsors of people who really care about their communities as well. So their voices are getting heard through those guys. So if you guys want to hear stuff, reach out to people who know what they're talking about, who are sponsored. They're not sellouts. They just love the game and the company loves them, so they went ahead and went for it. But general planning horizon is around 4 to 6 weeks for all of that. And we hope to accomplish a decent percentage of those aforementioned in the time frame. Having said that, life is not free of surprises. Here's my favorite post on software development estimates. So if you guys want, I'll leave the description, link in the description for you guys to go ahead and go to this page. This is on Epic Games, so it's not like they're hiding it or anything. This is on their official website, so you guys can go here. It's in their news section. But anyway, this is Candles. I hope you guys like this. If you guys want to see some compilations, go ahead and look down in the description. I'm going to go ahead and give you a link for that too. I got a couple videos out. If you guys like this though, like and subscribe. Go ahead and give me a comment. Let me know what you guys like. Alright, thanks guys.